Hello guys, it's Sunday, so here is your weekly dose of urban news. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and as always, a massive thanks to my awesome Patreon supporters and everyone else who keeps this going. Okay, so today we start with Paris, where they recently opened the city's first cable car line. It is 4.5 kilometers long and connects
Créteil, Villeneuve-Saint-Georges,
passing through
Limay-Brévannes,
and
Valenton.
provides a transfer to Metro Line 8. At this point, many people may be wondering why build a cable car in Paris with its quite flat terrain. The reason is that the area served by the new line is quite isolated and poorly connected to the rest of the metro area. It is cut off from the rest of the city by railway freight yards, a river and other obstacles, which makes it very expensive and technically difficult to build a metro or tram line here. The total travel time of the new line is 18 minutes, which is much better than about 40 minutes by bus or a car. The line will carry about 11,000 passengers per day in its 105 gondolas, each of which can accommodate 10 passengers. The total cost of construction was 138 million euros, and that's significantly cheaper than a metro, which could easily cost over a billion. This is the 7th urban cable car in France, with similar systems already operating in cities such as Brest, Saint-Denis de la Réunion, and Toulouse. The very first city cable car in France was built in 1934 in Grenoble. The next news story seems to beat the record for the number of comments like "How dare you not mention this" under the previous video. So, a new 130-kilometer Curitiba railway, yep, I know that Bahn is a railway in general. So, a new Curitiba railway has opened in Austria, reducing the travel time between Graz and Klagenfurt to 41 minutes instead of the previous almost 3 hours, and it's really impressive. This 6.1 billion euros project was built in several stages, starting with the expansion of the existing main line south of Graz to 4 tracks in 2002. The main construction work began in 2008, and its central element is the 33-kilometer Curitiba tunnel, which is the 6th longest railway tunnel in the world. By the way, Curitiba in general is the biggest railway line built in Austria in the last century. It is designed for speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour and has about 50 kilometers of tunnels, over 100 bridges, and 23 stations. Meanwhile, Irish Rail has selected Stadler as the manufacturer of trains for the cross-border line between Dublin and Belfast. The contract includes delivery of 8 trains, as well as a separate 15-year maintenance agreement, which can be extended for another 15 years. The trains will be based on the well-known Stadler Flirt platform. They will be able to operate on the 1.5 kV DC network from Dublin and in diesel mode in other locations. And also built-in traction batteries will be able to power the trains over short distances. At the same time, the power car design will make it possible to replace diesel engines and fuel tanks with pantographs and power transformers in the future if the Northern Ireland network gets electrified. The doors will be equipped with retractable steps to ensure barrier-free access. The first trains are expected to be delivered for testing in 2028 and put into service in 2030, which will allow the existing Class 201 locomotives and the D3 carriages to be taken out of service. Architectural studio Snøhetta has released new images of its design for a new opera house in Düsseldorf, which won an open architectural competition. The project aims to create a modern opera house that will house the German Opera on the Rhine, the Düsseldorf Music Library, and the Clara Schumann Music School, forming a consolidated cultural complex. The building will have a limestone facade that matches the city's color palette, while the ground floor will be completely transparent, creating a visual connection with the surrounding area. At the same time, the ground floor's interior spaces are designed to resemble a cave with a shape reminiscent of the winding course of the Rhine. And the main hall with 1300 seats will be decorated with smoked oak panels and red seats, reminiscent of elements of the existing opera house, which is planned to be demolished. Meanwhile, the Rome Metro has made an important step towards connecting the historic center with the rest of the city by opening a 4-kilometer extension of Line C, which connects the San Giovanni station with the Via dei Fori Imperiali area. New section includes 2 museum stations, Colosseo Fori Imperiali and Porta Metronia, both built at a depth of about 30 meters and designed to showcase the remains discovered during excavations. So, Line C now provides a faster connection between the southeast and the northwest areas of the capital, covering a distance of 22 kilometers and 24 stations from Monte Compatri Pantano to Colosseo Foro Imperiali in the heart of Rome. And when Line C is fully completed, it will be 29 kilometers long and have 31 stations. Currently, the Rome Metro consists of 3 lines and have 77 stations. And the Czech city of Ústí nad Labem signed a contract with Škoda for the supply of up to 30 articulated trolleybuses for about 26.7 million euros. The 18-meter articulated trolleybuses will also be equipped with traction batteries and have a range of at least 12 kilometers. For reliable operation in the hilly terrain of the city, the vehicles will be equipped with 2 traction axles. Passengers can also expect a fully air-conditioned interior, modern information and ticketing systems, video surveillance, and double-glazed windows, which contribute to better temperature comfort and reduce energy consumption. And finally, news from Brazil. In the Curitiba metro area, they launched a new test route based on the Chinese technology of the so-called trackless tram. Of course, in fact, this is not a tram at all, but a multi-section bus that uses electronics for navigation and following markings. But recently, news about the introduction of such a system comes regularly from different countries. I have already mentioned such buses in Mexico and Pakistan, and now Brazil. Here they plan to use them on a 10-kilometer line between Piraquara and Pinhais. The buses built by CRRC are about 30 meters long, can carry up to 280 passengers and are fully electric. And they also have 2 cabs, which means they can travel in both directions. Of course, local officials say that it is a new, ultra-modern, innovative, revolutionary mode of transport that improves urban mobility without investing in lane tracks, as the buses follow their route thanks to magnetic markers in the road. However, autonomous driving isn't yet regulated by law in Brazil, so there is still a driver in the cab who operates the bus anywhere except the special experimental sections. In general, this is the first use of this system in South America, so we'll see what happens next. By the way, Curitiba is known for being the first city to introduce a bus rapid transit system back in 1974, which became an inspiration for many cities such as Bogota, Lima, Jakarta, and others. And that's all the news for this time. The links to the news sources, as usual, are in the video description, so thanks for watching and see you in the next videos. And at this point, many